Hello, all, welcome back. It's Alan Chronicles. So I want to do a follow up. That title that you can see, it's not clickbaity, but it's attention grabbing. There's a truth to it. Was my mother a coal miner? So this is a kind of a follow up to I did a short video. Mother is the name for God on the lips and hearts of all children from The Crow, but it wasn't about the movie. It's about my mother, and I was really alluding to the fact that whilst being a mother is still important. It's not central, and it's not central to society. I don't feel, and you could argue either way. So, was my mum a coal miner? So, my mum was born before the war, the Second World War, and she grew up. She was one of I think 4 girls, 1 boy, and she moved to the northeast. Her mum had moved to the northeast, me nana, and they lived here. And before the war, and she got married in the mid-50s. She got married in Coronation Year, I think. Anyway, my mums tell stories, as dads do. And this is more about my mum. And she'd often talk about when she was growing up, and she'd see bare feet kids walking to school and stuff. She went to a Catholic school, which at the time was super cruel and all that. She'd tell different stories. And there was always a reason. It was teaching moments, really. I guess. And mums, you can tell me, that's only what I've experienced. When my mum was telling me a story, I know now, looking back, it was a teaching moment. And she told me, she goes, when I was a kid, things were expensive, everything was expensive, everything was hard to come by. And she talked about they used to in our houses, there was like in our hometown, there was cul-de-sacs, miners' towns, and miners' houses, seamen's houses, merchant seamen's houses, all in rows with back lanes, back alleys, cobbled. And each house had a coal bunker with a shutter in it, and the guy would deliver coal. Well, if that was below the surface, they would just put the coal in the street outside your back gate. So the coal man would come and dump big lumps of coal. So my mum had worked out, by her mum, that there was a way she could make either a bit of money or a bit of coal. And at 13, 14, 15, she said, she would go out with a shovel and she would shovel all of your coal. Sometimes it'd be huge. I mean, really backbreaking work to shovel coal, lumps of hard coal in, take it out and shovel it into what was called a coal bunker. And I said, well, how many bunkers would you do? She said, well, I lost count because I had to do enough to get our bunker full at my house. So she would shovel, let's say, I don't know, maybe a couple of ton of coal over maybe 100 houses just to get enough to put her fire on in her house. And that's at 14, 13, 14. And I used to, when I heard it, it's like, it didn't sink in until about when I was in my 40s. I was like, hang on a minute. This little 5'2", 8-stone woman, when she was 13, would go out, probably barefoot, maybe not, she never said, and shovel coal into other people's bunkers to get a bucket of coal to take home so that the fire would be on more in the house that she lived in. And we talk about feminism, and we talk about oppression, and we talk about equal opportunities. She was talking about survival. Now, later in life, I don't know whether she was a feminist, but I think that's the most feminist thing I've ever heard in my life. Guys, you gotta let me know. In that story, what was I telling you? What was I talking about? And if you told that story today, would that be in a first world country or a third world country? I'd be describing that 14-year-old girl. Yeah. Mothers, women. Let me know if you're watching. I wanted to share that. Till next time, guys, take care.